Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Nick. This is my mom Jen.
Hi guys.
And we're back with Masters of the Air. This is episode 7.
Oh, 6 was a humdinger, hey?
Yeah, so last time
I think I cried through the whole thing.
Rosenthal and Crosby both got some time off. They've kind of dealt with their stuff in a different way. You know, Crosby sort of befriended A.M. Westgate. Yeah. Got to know her for a bit, and then Rosenthal not really facing
didn't
stuff,
think he needed to be there, and
yeah.
But then he figured it out when he's part of a team, right?
Yeah,
he's part of it. Yeah,
I just adore the fact that his plane is now called Rosie's Riveters.
Yes,
it's such a good name.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, on the other side, we had Bucky, moving through Germany.
Thing walking through town. And I guess you guys told us that really happened. But Bucky wasn't there, but it really happened.
It was called the Russelsheim Massacre, where like 6 or so American crewmen were murdered.
And they said it was because the Canadians had bombed the night before.
I think, they're still angry. And then, like, the Americans flew whatever mission that day, and then that crew had the unfortunate, because I guess like normally they wouldn't have like marched them through the city like that, but the train tracks were damaged, so they couldn't transport them normally like they would to a prison camp. God.
Poor souls.
Yeah, it was just horrific, and I mean,
you feel horrible for the lay people that got their lives have been bombed too, right?
Yeah.
It's just all the way around.
Oh yeah, the ugliness of war, and then it's another instance of, say, like, condensing history, because Bucky wasn't there, but it's doing good to show us like stuff like that going on.
Reality of it, right? I'm hoping that a lot of the younger viewers of this, right? Yes. They don't know a lot about the stuff that they know World War II. They know maybe they had a grandpa or great grandpa that was in it or something, but
in school they would have
not
maybe
hearing
learned
a lot.
something.
Yeah, that they'll see. This is all really happened. This stuff.
Yeah, well, and
it
it's
can
like,
happen again, right?
And it's like this show is like this generation's band of brothers,
Yeah,
and we're just so fortunate that like the same team like is bringing us a show of this quality. Yeah,
because they're accuracy, right?
Yes.
They're not making stuff, they're putting Bucky in there when he wasn't really there, but they're taking things that actually happened apart and kind of moving them together, whatever. So it's still real, still happened. It's not made up stuff.
Yeah. And then Bucky, they moved him by train, and we're fairly certain we saw a train with Jews being sent off to the Holocaust, and he got a glimpse of that stuff. But then luckily, through all of that pain and suffering, we ended on a somewhat happy note, because he ran into Crank and a bunch of daily guys.
Yes. And then he said, at your 2 o'clock, man, and there he was there. Oh, God, I cried. Oh.
I was so happy to see him again. It's just like, after everything Bucky went through, it was just like to have like his best friend be like almost come back from the dead.
And I've watched several reactions since we watched this one, and I've cried with them every time when they
with such like a such a horrific state of affairs with the war, like we take what we can get.
Yeah.
And that's just a happy.
Well, to not know, that'd be awful to not know you've gone through from the beginning with these guys. You've faced so much together, and then just they went on a mission, and are they dead? You don't know.
Yeah.
Am I grieving them? Am I to see them there? So now we'll get to see them back together, right, in the camp and stuff.
And actually, I think a few of you guys were even saying that the Stalag where they're being held was the actual site of where of what the Great Escape is based on.
Yeah,
which is really crazy. Right. So presumably this episode, at least a good chunk of it, will be their life in the camp. Seeing kind of what they'll go through. Yeah. And it's going to be a little bit weird for me, because just last night I went to go see Dune Part 2 in the theater, which, if you get an opportunity to see it, you need to see it in the theater. It's apparently like life-changing.
Incredible, yeah.
It's an unforgettable experience. But Austin Butler was in that. He was a very, very memorable, very sinister villain, in Fade Routha. So my memory's still fresh of that.
Jumping back to
Buck.
Right. Yeah.
But Austin Butler, he's a terrific actor. His star is just rising meteorically.
Absolutely.
I am so glad, and we can absolutely see why. He's just such a talented. I kind of
become smitten with him a little bit, even though it's weird because I'm old. But
he is a handsome bastard.
He is a handsome lad, and what I like is I've seen some interviews with him, and he's very low key and very down to earth, and I love how he talks about different things that he did with his mom.
Yeah,
he used to, and he said his dad too watched like Turner Classic Movies all the time when he was a kid.
Yeah,
so he's really been ingrained in all this stuff. But I love to hear him talk about his parents.
Yeah, he's a real class act.
He is absolutely.
Yeah. So I with like just what we've seen so far, because the first thing I saw him in was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He played Tex.
Yeah.
And that was like a nice kind of bit sort of villain part. But then seeing him in this, he's really great. He was really great in Dune. He really just embodied that role. Elvis, from what I hear, was really fantastic. I just can't wait to see what else he gets up to, because like he did such a good job with Buck that we were just thrilled. We were over the moon when he was back.
Yeah.
So can't wait to kind of have him back in the fold after being gone for so long. So yeah, let's check it out.
Stalag Luft III was run by the German Air Force. And because we had their downed pilots in our camps, they treated our boys humanely enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're kitty.
She's going your way, Hammy.
There.
They didn't cook that cat. They? Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, sure.
I guess if you're starving.
Oh,
God.
Use the bucket. Keep it down if you can, Benny. It's protein.
I mean, yeah. It's like people in like medieval sieges, like eating like horses and cats, when there's nothing else.
All right, fellas, let's go. Rise it, pal.
Oh, yeah.
Hurry up. Let's go. Wrap it up. Come on, fellas.
Yeah, and they look everywhere, so.
As we saw in The Great Escape, they had to.
Yeah, great. There's so many. Oh, no. God damn it.
Fuck.
But they didn't get the headphone. Well, thank God for small miracles.
More missions into Germany meant more casualties. More casualties meant more replacements.
Hey, Ruby.
Delaney, Albert.
Well, they're all new, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Some guys were reluctant to get to know the new fellas.
Yeah, the replacements, yeah.
Yeah, Shifty talked about that in Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
We thought Sergeants Quinn and Bailey were among the many casualties.
Hey, Quinn!
Look
But thanks to the French and Belgian resistance.
Came back.
You sons of bitches, he made it.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The lucky bastards got a ticket home.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good. We were wondering about Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Miner and his boys are at 24 too.
What I wouldn't give to train pilots someplace sunny after a year in this pea suit.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I built a homemade crystal radio. I'm thinking of giving it a try in here. My little Creed Marconi, huh?
So I can rustle up?
Marconi invented the radio. I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you think the hundred's with him?
You gotta be.
It's gonna be rough up there. First daylight raid on the capital of Germany.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you hit one of our
men? He was out of the block.
Where's Glemnitz? They shot him for no reason. Get back inside.
What the fuck? He's gonna let him go? At a guy that's already shot?
Yeah.
Go back inside. Now.
Yeah, so some trigger-happy guard, just...
Mm-hmm.
Then we were told we were targeting Berlin. Every man on base held his breath as we waited to see just how dearly it would cost us.
That's what they were hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wonder how many left.
9,
Yeah.
10, 11.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Christ. It's 15 down.
Oh, there was that many that went? 31?
Yeah. But as we've seen...
From the one before, we're all happy there's 15 back or whatever.
As we've seen, it can be a lot worse,
Oh, God.
Oh! Fuck, like his
Part of his head.
Like his scalp was off or something.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. God damn. Like 3rd-degree burns and...
Oh, the fucking out. Oh, God.
Jesus.
Known as Black Monday because of how many men were lost that day. 150 of them were from the 100th.
150, look at...
Miner and Kinsella must have been killed instantly. It nosedived. On their 25th.
Oh.
For our guys in parachutes. One after another. They killed them all.
That'd be so helpless. You're hanging in a parachute and they're shooting at you.
It's also a war crime.
Yeah.
I decided to call Sandra. I told myself all I wanted was someone to drink and laugh with, but then I called her a second time.
Yeah.
We absolutely get it.
Well, you get a bunch of resourceful people in and give them the basics, right? Like you start singing just instead of the record.
On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 gold rings.
Mail call!
Oh, they haven't had mail, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you say it was delayed or?
The Red Cross.
And Clement.
Oh.
Thank you.
Here's yours from Buck.
Marge. Last letter I sent before Bremen, I popped a question.
Aw.
You did? She said yes.
Oh.
I was even thinking maybe you'd be my best man.
You have to be able to make plans for the future, right? Or anything other than the current state you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there's no hope at all.
Berlin again?
Oh, okay.
Jack, it's the same route.
Oh, no. Why would they do that?
I mean, if you find like an optimal route, then you just keep using it.
Yankees trade DiMaggio? What do you say if you and we made our move? Haven't you been paying attention? The odds of getting out of here alive and in one piece are 30 to 1, 40 to 1, 50 to 1. Well, maybe you should come up with one with better odds.
Never tell me the odds.
Go crazy because just constantly trying to think of a way to get out, you know.
Or if you go the other way and you kind of like accept things as the way they are.
Stay there, then you.
Much like Morgan Freeman and Shawshank, you know, so like hope is a dangerous thing, you know, can drive a man crazy.
Due to Colonel Hardin's trip to London this morning, I've been placed in temporary command of the entire 100th Bomb Group.
Okay.
But I am not a man to order anyone. On any mission, I won't fly myself. So I will be command pilot for the entire wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
It didn't take a mathematician to figure out the odds were pretty bad for Rosie and his crew to make it back from their 25th mission.
Oh, it's their 25th?
And it was, remember the other guy's 25th last time.
Yeah.
You boys worry about the guns, I'll worry about the plane. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Godspeed, boys.
Yeah.
Our chances of defeating the Luftwaffe were increased by the introduction of the P-51.
Ah, Mustang.
Ah.
Hands down.
That's a good plane.
Best fighter plane of the war.
One of Dad's favorite planes.
Ah.
Because I think with like the new engines, the planes were able to finally accompany the bombers all the way to the target and then back.
Right, yeah, because it kept turning back, right?
Because the fuel and the mechanics would only allow them to go like halfway.
Because what is their purpose, though?
Well, they're there to shoot down enemy planes.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Because part of the reason why we've had such atrocious losses is because it's just the bombers.
True, yeah,
against
right.
fighters that can go like so much faster than them.
Yeah.
And
look at them all.
That's so many.
It's just.
Pilot, I have green flares from Colonel.
It's like when you see like actual like archival footage of say like D-Day and other stuff.
Yeah.
Like the sky is just filled.
I know.
with planes.
And now, like we see one plane, we stand and watch it go over. I can't imagine this. Holy crap!
We actually have something.
Yeah, we have some help.
Something resembling a chance.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Damn. It's like whenever those like Asian killer hornets attack a bee's nest. It's just like
everywhere.
Swarms back and forth, and like even to this day in like Germany and like they're still discovering unexploded bombs.
I bet. Oh, yeah.
Because like so many like thousands of tons were dropped on the country, like Berlin especially.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's successful.
Yeah.
Because this is his. He gets to go home.
You did it, Rosie. We did it. 25.
Oh, God. Don't scare us, right?
Some mechanical failure. They're going to crash or something.
We're just so used to things not being good all the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Yeah,
he pulled a Maverick. Bust the tower.
Tower, yeah. Oh, jeez. Is that close?
Wow.
All right. So does his whole crew get to go too? Are they all on 25th, or
I'm not sure how that works.
Crew change along the way.
If it's like the person, individuals, or just the crew. If anyone deserves to go home, it's him.
Yes, yeah.
Did such a good job, like keeping the others safe. And
Oh no.
Jack, you all right?
They're not gonna let him go?
Brass is upping the end of tour requirements from 25 to 30.
You assholes!
Are you serious?
What?
Oh.
Only for new replacement crews coming after next week.
Okay.
Any crew in between will have to make 28.
He just made the cut.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rosie. At least you'll make it out of this fucking war alive.
Don't be an ass.
I mean, changing the rules on us mid-game?
That's such bullshit, though.
Yeah, it is. But
do you think he'll stay?
oh,
To
I don't. Can they do that?
I'm not sure how that works, but
Oh, she's still not talking about what she does, right?
Do you want to know where I've been?
huh?
Or do you want to know where I will be in 20 minutes?
Well, both, if I'm honest. But
Yeah.
No clubs.
Getting an
Great.
idea?
Conduction.
oh,
There's something's not. The connection's not working.
see if this does the trick.
Ah, can hear music.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I got something.
There you go.
We had to completely destroy the German Luftwaffe. My friend Rosie understood this very well. But he had completed his 25th mission.
I think you're right.
is it another raid or?
You know, because the sirens are going off too, right? Do they do that just for the checking the barracks and stuff?
The Brits in North Compound built 3 tunnels.
3.
Hey, Great Escape.
Yeah.
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah.
30 feet deep, so the goon seismographs would detect them. 70, maybe 80 men made it out.
Yeah, that's them.
That's them.
Nothing like this has ever happened.
That is so cool. That like this is the same place, but
I think you were right. We should have made a run for it while they were out chasing those Brits.
Maybe, but I can't help thinking you were right. Better to play it safe.
okay, you two need to agree at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, he didn't get letters.
I want to get it from.
Guess I never set that part up right.
Right, he was never married or
Yeah,
you know.
had a girl, or wonder if he told him what he went through, eh?
Yeah.
Or you don't talk about it, you just move on to the next thing.
Because of this great escape attempt.
Great Escape attempt.
But I regret to inform you.
Yeah, because what was it, 50 or so that were gunned down? Remember the
regret
movie?
to inform you that 50 of the recaptured escapees have been executed. There are orders for me to take an inventory of all Jewish prisoners of war at Stalag Luft III.
Oh, you're right. I think he's going to stay.
Yeah.
You want to re-up?
Yeah.
Captain, you know the tours of duty have been extended to 30 missions.
That's exactly
Yes,
why
sir,
I'm
I
doing
do.
it.
Yeah.
Because you can't just leave them like that, you know, when you get a lucky ticket. I mean,
Yeah.
some cases, like you would say need to if you just physically couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't stop you, Captain. But don't you want to go home?
Yeah, but I want everybody to go home.
How could I sleep at night knowing I get to go home while the brass up their numbers mid-tour?
Yeah.
I can't imagine some rookie coming to take my place.
Yeah.
The invasion will not and cannot occur till the Luftwaffe is destroyed. But to shoot them down, we need to get them in the air.
Oh, God, firefight, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're talking
The
about?
bombers is the bait.
Oh, my God.
I understand.
I mean, the whole thing is just one big meat grinder.
Yeah.
1 degree or other, but
We could use a new commanding officer for the 350th. You up for it?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Oh, okay.
at least he would be, say, like planning or
Yeah,
assigning whoever was, you know,
Yeah.
qualified and
Pretty admirable, eh?
yeah. Damn. That actually felt really short.
It did, didn't it?
It went by so
was only
quick.
like 45 or
44 minutes or so, yeah.
Okay.
So not as, harrowing as the last one, but still,
Yeah.
We're in a darkness that won't, lift for another year or so.
Yeah, so that's funny that they referred to that Great Escape, right?
That's so interesting and so cool how like that, it's like the same compound, obviously different like part of it, but it's just, all the different degrees of heroism going on here. The guys who are, say like roughing it out and just trying to make it out alive by staying in the camp, just keeping their head down.
Yeah.
And then guys like the Great Escape bunch who try to do everything they can either to support the war effort or go home. And then we got Rosie with like showing off like balls of solid brass like going back in when he knows it's going to be so much worse than it has been.
Yeah, and to know the details, right? He just said it, bait. Period. Ugh.
Yeah, and the lead up to D-Day, so at least like the tide is turning, but it's paid for in blood, every move, every like inch of ground we take, and B, there's a lot more dying by the end of it. So
and it's, what did you say, it's a year away from
it's 44
March 44,
not quite D-Day yet, so but it's like a year and a bit, because like,
so how long do they have to stay in that camp, right? Like
it depends on if they escape or not. Maybe they sneak out, or maybe the camp gets liberated, just because like in terms of like the Allies don't physically get into Germany until like much later, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how they resolve that particular bit, but and especially when the commandant was saying we're gonna want a census of all the Jewish prisoners, and the Reich is, because like as
Rosenthal, that's Jewish. Yeah, that other guy, remember he said his name, that's Jewish, isn't it?
Yeah, and he kind of scurried away. And so it's like as the war gets worse and worse for Germany, things just get like the evils that started it just kind of keep like tightening their grip. So it's but
interesting to see how they, because I know this is all true stuff that's been manipulated a little bit, like we said, but I know that some of you guys know what happened to all these people, but been trying not to look at any historical stuff to see what really happened, as we go along, fine, but not overall how these people fared, right?
Yeah, definitely. Thankfully we didn't really lose anyone major this time around, or we never went through any sort of like major death or anything, because like they said, with the P-51s now on the field, their percentages of surviving the mission with like actual numbers of
they still lost half the planes, though, they said, right? And they showed all those ambulances. They just they lost 150 guys, and we didn't lose any of our main guys that we followed. But it's like with such like horrific like day to day just death and misery, it's like you take what you can get. Like look how happy everyone was when Rosie came back. He flew over the base, to give them some hope finally, right? Something to look up. And
then Crosby, with Westgate, and just like you said last episode, I think, like you drank, you played cards, you slept around, did whatever you could to stay
sane and get through. Absolutely.
But we got Buck back, which is a blessing. And then and luckily he's there to kind of buoy Bucky's spirits, because Bucky, I think the place is starting to kind of get to him, especially after what he went through. So he's more like leaning towards, let's just like don't bother, like it's wearing on him. But luckily Buck is there to kind of keep his spirits up, and then it was just like a nice little moment where he said that his Marge said yes and wants him to be his best man. And
and you can see Bucky's regretting not having anybody at home now, right? But who, you're living your young life.
Exactly.
Who knew your life's going to be interrupted by this shit?
And even with like the war, how could you, anticipate that you would be shot down and captured in this particular moment in time? And, you thought, oh, we'll just go back. I'll be wounded, come back, whatever. But All righty, episode 7. So as far as we can tell, we got a couple more of these to go. Hopefully there's at least, higher than half of our main characters can survive. We're holding out hope, but once again, incredible show, incredible performances, incredible stories of these real life heroes, you know, these men who suffered and, you know, fought for our freedom.
Their lives, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Like a whole generation of young men, right?
Yeah.
Like that's, well, different wars, I guess, but World War I and World War II, like it would never, you know, it hasn't been like that since, and it hasn't.
Thankfully.
Like, that's, I hate to be that old person. The young people today, right? They don't understand that a whole generation of them were pulled in, and
they take for granted, you know,
most of them died, and
yeah. Well, and it's like you know, World War I was, you know, like, I mean, they called it the Great War, you know, millions died, but like World War II, like it just got to such a you know, almost a ridiculous degree of casualties, of blood and suffering, that like it was also concentrated, that like the world was just like tired, you know, of total war, and like you said, thankfully we've never gone back to anything close to that, you know, since. But it's like,
I mean, there's little, you know, there's pockets, right, that are horrific and terrible, wars going on, but nothing like a world war yet, anyway.
But no, we're just, you know, thankful for, you know, all of these men's, you know, service. We're glad that we can, you know, remember their stories and get to kind of see things played out, and you know, like you said, have new generations just be made aware of like the price of freedom, and
there's, at least their stories are in the right hands with like Spielberg and Tom Hanks, who have so much history of, you know, treating these guys right, the Band of Brothers and the Saving Private Ryan and all of the.
And Spielberg is Jewish.
Yes, exactly, right.
You know, doing stuff with like Schindler's List and Band of Brothers and all of this, you know.
Yeah. So they're the ones, if anybody's going to do it, it's them to do it right.
Exactly. Yeah, they're doing such a good job. So thank you once again for joining us, guys. If you want to watch the full length of our reaction, I'll put a link down to our Patreon below. Check out this and all the other movies and shows that we do. A lot of exclusives aren't on YouTube, so check those out. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really helps us, helps the channel. And that's all we have for you today. So we will see you later.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye.
Bye.